Dear board, partners, fellows, students, parents, and a very special hello to Noor Saba and Habiba. Assalamu alaikum. I was asked today कि जिस तरह normally होता है graduation ceremonies के ऊपर कि आके थोड़ी देर आके discussion करें और leadership के या किसी और motivational subject के ऊपर बात करें. Little did I realize that I would be the one who's benefiting from all the leadership talks that I've heard so far. So please give yourselves a huge round of applause for enriching my life. The last 90 minutes have been truly spectacular in terms of my own learning. So पहली बात perhaps that everybody should recognize over here कि leadership is not dependent on a title. ठीक है, अक्सर लोग ये सोचते रहते हैं careers के through जाते हैं कि जी किसी दिन मुझे एक बहुत बड़ा ओहदा मिलेगा और मैं बहुत बड़ा impact करूँगा. वो एक जर्नी होती है और अच्छी बात है जर्नी में like we have aspirational values. I was once sitting over here starry-eyed and like what the future is going to hold. Perhaps that's where the students are, perhaps that's where the fellows are, and some of my other friends from Teach for Pakistan. But like this is a journey. It's not a destination that you will arrive someday and then you will say all of a sudden I have this thing. So every single block that you go through is an opportunity to lead. लीडरशिप के ऊपर अगर आप गूगल करें तो प्रॉबली पता नहीं बिलियन के करीब सर्चेस निकल जाएंगी. इससे ज़्यादा मेरा नहीं ख्याल कि किसी एक और टॉपिक के ऊपर मैनेजमेंट में या गवर्नमेंट में more has been written about leadership than many other subjects. So, and then there are different flavors of the month, flavors of the decade. What is your leadership style? What are the leadership qualities? You frequently get asked whether leaders are born or they're made, etc., etc. People challenge leadership styles, and I've studied leadership. I've been blessed with having opportunities where I've led organizations, teams, departments, families. Everybody's a leader in a family. I'm not. My little daughter leads the household, but still, I'd like to believe I'm the leader over there also. So as you go through your journey, you develop a little bit of an understanding. But someday, somebody actually asked me a very good question. It was a rhetorical question. Why should anybody be led by you? That's a question to ask. I didn't really have an answer, but it made me think. And actually, who would I like to follow? And I'd leave those two questions with you also. If those who aspire to be leaders, you have to actually ask, why should anybody be led by you? What do you actually offer to them? And then you pivot it around that leadership is actually a responsibility. It's not only a blessing, or it's not only a title. It's not only a designation. It is a responsibility. It is a huge responsibility, and the way that I'd like to look at it is that we're going through servant leadership. We have a responsibility for those that we lead, rather than the other way around. And if we actually pivot that thing, I think it would be a very good redirection on how this country moves forward. अक्सर लोग एक ओहदे पे आके एकदम से सोचते हैं कि यार ये पूरा का पूरा डिपार्टमेंट मुझे अब सर्व करेगा. बिल्कुल गलत बात है. सिविल सर्विस होती ऐसी है कि मैं इनको सर्व करूंगा, मैं इनको आगे लेके जाऊंगा, लेकिन हमारा यहाँ कोई स्टाइल थोड़ा सा फर्क है. बहरहाल, क्योंकि मैं थोड़े से वर्ड्स ऑफ विजडम आपके साथ मजबूरन शेयर करने पड़ेंगे, तो इसलिए जो चीज़ें मेरे दिमाग में थीं वो मैं कर लेता हूँ. 3-4 चीज़ें जो मैंने देखी हैं ज़िंदगी में और जिनके ऊपर मैं अभी भी समझता हूँ कि लीडरशिप का बड़ा क्वालिटी के लिहाज से या वैल्यूज़ के लिहाज से होता है, और मैं सारी रेफरेंसेस दूंगा जो आज पिछले 90 मिनट में मैंने चीज़ें सुनी हैं. पहली चीज़ लीडरशिप की विजन, राइट. कोई एक आपने एक पिक्चर ऑफ फ्यूचर दिखानी है. जिस तरह टीच फॉर पाकिस्तान ने एक पिक्चर ऑफ फ्यूचर दिखाई कि पाकिस्तान का मुस्तकबिल ऐसे होएगा जिससे किसी बच्चे को महरूमियत नहीं होएगी, कि वो एक डिस्पैरिटी में ना होए, रिगार्डलेस ऑफ वेयर दे आर बोर्न. दिस वाज अ वेरी नोबल कॉज, अ वेरी नोबल गोल that we will try to put our energies together to make sure that we can take Pakistan forward. We can take Pakistan forward only when we do something about the 30 odd million kids who are currently not in school, whether it's 30 or 25 different numbers. The point is कि महरूमियत है और हमने कंसर्टेडली उस महरूमियत को ख़त्म करना है. सो पहली बात है कि विजन होनी चाहिए एक लीडर के लिए. कोई ना कोई आपको ये दिखाना चाहिए कि जी मैं आपका फ्यूचर आपके लिए बेहतर करूँगा. दूसरी चीज़ जिसमें मेरा बड़ा सख्त एतमाद है वो है इंटेग्रिटी. इंटेग्रिटी के मुख्तलिफ लफ्ज़ आप इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. ऑनेस्टी कह सकते हैं, सिंसेरिटी कह सकते हैं, लेकिन आई थिंक यू गेट द फीलिंग, यू वुड गेट व्यू के इंटेग्रिटी होती क्या है. डूइंग द राइट थिंग एट द राइट टाइम. दैट्स द integrity, doing the right thing actually every single day. वॉरेन बफेट एक बड़ा सक्सेसफुल इन्वेस्टर है अमेरिका में. उससे पूछा कि यार व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पीपल डू यू हायर इन योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. ही सेज आई लुक फॉर थ्री थिंग्स. I look for intelligence, I look for initiative, and I look for integrity. But if a person doesn't have integrity, the other two things don't really matter. You would rather have stupid and lazy people, because if they're going to be corrupt, they're going to destroy your organization. So integrity, actually, it's an important quality. I would actually say it's the ticket to be a leader. If you don't have integrity, आपके पास कुछ भी नहीं है. You're just a demagogue. आपको एक माइक मिल गया, एक ऑडियंस मिल गई, आप कुछ भी चीज़ कर सकते हो. कल को जाके आप एक यू टर्न ले सकते हो, कुछ और चीज़ बता सकते हो. तो जब तक आपकी इंटेग्रिटी नहीं होगी, आपकी सिंसेरिटी नहीं होगी, मेरे ख्याल में आप सही तरह के लीडर हैं ही नहीं. ठीक है. तीसरी चीज़, और ये अगेन अगर हम टीच फॉर पाकिस्तान की जो अगर एनालिसिस और बाकी सारी चीज़ें देखें, इन सारों में एक होलसमनेस है कि लाइक व्हाई आर यू डूइंग दिस थिंग. देयर इज़ अ विजन, देयर इज़ integrity, there's wholesomeness in this desire what you want to do. Third thing I'd say is courage. Or courage ka ye matlab hai not giving up. Like you've heard different ways of doing it. It's not being brave, it's not being foolhardy, it's not being like a brave banda hota hai ki yaar matlab maine sadak cross kar di, traffic aa raha hai, ye wo. That's not what I'm saying. It's like knowing when the odds are. जिस तरह अभी किसी ने एग्जाम्पल दी थी कि मैं किस कैटेगरी में शामिल होना चाहती हूँ, आग बुझाने वाली कैटेगरी में या आग जलाने वाली में, या आई एम जस्ट एन इनोसेंट बायस्टैंडर एंड लेट द फायर टेक एवरीथिंग डाउन. So you have to have the courage. When you believe in something, you have to go with that thing and take it forward. और आखिरी चीज़ जो मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूँ कि क्या जो मेरे लिहाज से जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, both as a student, as a just student of life, I would say, rather than being an executive, के एंड में एनर्जी और एबिलिटी टू एनर्जाइज बहुत ज़रूरी है. अगेन what I saw over here, especially with Noor Saba and Umme Habiba's speeches, mashallah. Where is Noor? Oh, आपकी बहुत मुझे speech अच्छी लगी. और the thing that you want to do with STEM, when you graduate, please look us up. Jazz is looking for people exactly like you. So I hope that you join. Okay. And same is the case with Umme Habiba. Like we need people who have got energy, who are storytellers, who are story writers. What is life without actually telling a good story, right? So you need energy, right? Energy एक लीडर के लिए बड़ी सख्त ज़रूरी होती है, क्योंकि आपको बहुत सारे ऑब्स्टिकल्स आते हैं ज़िंदगी में. कोई ऐसा आसान काम नहीं होता कि आप यहाँ से वहाँ चले जाएंगे. There will be roadblocks on your way. How do you overcome them? How do you not give up? But equally important is not just your personal energy. How do you energize people? जब लोग आपके पास जाते हैं, आपके साथ बात करते हैं, आप उनको क्या करते हैं कि यार उसके साथ आधा घंटा बात करके यार आज हालात बड़े ख़राब हैं, ये है वो बाकी, हाँ यार पॉलिटिक्स, मुल्क से बाहर निकलना. Or do you say, like, doesn't really matter, yaar. You are where you are. The only relevant question is, how do you get on from here? It does not sometimes matter how did you get in here. अगर आप अंदर फंसे हुए हैं, आप किस चीज़ के ऊपर, कुएं के नीचे गिरे हुए हैं, किस चीज़ के ऊपर आप एनालिसिस करेंगे कि जी वो गिरा कहाँ से था, इस साइड से गिरा था, इधर से स्लिप हुआ था. नो, यू गोना पुट ऑल ऑफ योर एनर्जी. यार सेंड मी अ रोप, आई वांट टू क्लाइम आउट ऑफ इट. सो यू नीड दैट forward leaning mentality, that forward leaning mindset, that you have to get out of this situation. So that energy and that ability to energize others is extremely important as a leader. So I thought I'll at least share whatever I've learned in my life, what I continue to learn. Like I said, today has been invaluable. When Khadija reached out to me, I think maybe 2-3 weeks ago, we exchanged a few messages and emails. I knew about Teach for America, and I thought it must be something similar. So I was piqued, and I spoke to my comms team, and I said, like, can I allocate time? Education is extremely important for Pakistan. If we have to take Pakistan forward, we have to take its kids forward, we have to take its women forward. And that's not going to happen if we just ignore or just, like not address the elephant in the room. However, what I will bring into the room also is that we will not go through a linear approach in terms of bringing those 30 million people back in. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough bricks. We don't have enough teachers. We don't have enough, at times, funding. But we do have technology. And I'm not trying to sell my products, but internet is a great equalizer. And like the ability of a smartphone in every hand and a broadband connection in every home is going to transform lives. And what we have to think about when we have that public policy dialogue is also how do we sit together with our decision makers and policy makers and try to bring the advantages of telecommunications and internet to every household, to every village, to every family, and say, listen, we're going to leapfrog. Because, like I said, we don't have enough time to actually leave everybody behind. There's already a lot of inequity in the world. And if you're not born at the right place with the right social demographics, that inequity is going to keep on increasing. But like I said, internet is one of the best and the greatest equalizers. And we have that in Pakistan, and we have to make sure that we take advantage of that. I'll wrap up saying that it's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you, learning, benefiting from your experiences. I leave inspired. If I were slightly younger, I would volunteer to become a fellow again. Like, and to all the fellows, you've done some remarkable work. Extremely proud of the 26 girls and 6 guys. You do all of us proud, and join the community of the other 220 million, 220 people who are in the fellow program, right? Shukriya bahut bahut. Hope you have a wonderful weekend.